Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. Just finished a run here fairly early in the morning because I've got a few things I got to do today. It's a Saturday. But wanted to talk about a concept I've been thinking about. I call the knife's edge. Basically, it comes down to this. When you do something in your life, there's sort of a knife's edge that you can walk, that on one side of it you're going to have forward progress, on the other side you're going to have backwards progress. So just for example, while I was running, I was thinking about this. You can run a certain distance, and let's say that you're trying to lose weight. Let's just bring it down to that. Let's say you're trying to lose weight. You can run a certain distance, you can exercise a certain amount, you can burn a certain number of calories, eat a certain number of calories, and if you're above, if you're below what you burn in a day, you know, this very small margin, even just let's say 100 calories, then over time, over 100 days, that will add up, right? 100 times 100, you'll be dropping a significant amount of weight. If you're on the other side of it, if you're just 100 calories over in 100 days, 100 times 100, right, you're going to be adding weight, adding a few pounds. So there's not much of a difference, right? That's a 200 calorie swing. It's running, about 2 more miles, right? Or walking 2 more miles in a day, going up maybe 20 flights of stairs, not eating one avocado or whatever it is, not having one Coke or candy bar, right? Not very much of a difference, but the cumulative effect makes it a huge difference over time, over a large period of time. That exists in so many ways, right? You're either going up or you're going down. You're not ever at a level, right? So think about it for whatever you're trying to accomplish in life, right? How many years are you going to waste where you're not making progress, or you're making a little bit of forward progress and then you're making backward progress and it's evening out, or you're just on a downtrend, or you're just not making the forward progress that you want to make? So if you think about it, right, what are the things that you're trying to do? How many years are you going to waste? I could look personally at myself and I could say I've wasted a lot of years because I was on the wrong edge, because I didn't understand this concept. Because if I would have pushed it just a little bit further, if I would have eaten just a little bit less each day, or run just a little bit more, or if I would have worked just an hour more, right? The same thing happens with money, with wealth, right? With investing, with saving. If I would have spent just a little bit less, if I would have made just a little bit more, if I would have invested just a little bit better, if I would have chosen friends just a little bit better, it applies at that scale, right? It applies at every scale of your life. This sort of knife edge concept where if you're on one side of it, even though you're barely on one side of it, that cumulative effect, and it compounds, by the way, the whole compounding effect is going to drastically affect your life for the good or the bad. So you've got to make choices that seem like small choices, right? When you get up in the morning and you decide to go to the gym and work out, or you decide not to, it seems like a fairly small choice. But it's not a small choice. It's a big choice, because those choices every single day, right? I did this video on how you live one day is how you're going to live every day, right? In that video, I talked about this idea that those small choices add up, that what you choose today is the same thing that you're going to choose tomorrow, because there's no reason. You think there's special circumstances, but there's not, right? I was busy this morning. I said, maybe I could skip my run. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get up earlier and I'm going to run, because how I live one day is how I live every day. A little bit of traffic here, so excuse the noise, but anyway, it's a concept that I think is extremely powerful, and really, whatever you're doing, I guess you can realize that you're moving one direction or the other. You're either going forwards or you're going backwards, right? You're one side of that knife's edge or not. You're barely walking the line. If you have a lot of stagnation in your life, it's because you're falling on one side and then you're falling on the other side, and you're not making continual progress. But if you want to make continual progress, you got to choose the right side of it, right? And if you wonder how you got to where you were, where your life has just kind of exploded around you and it's not what you want it to be, it's because you stayed so long on the wrong side. You didn't like totally screw up, so you can't figure out why you're at where you're at. But the thing is, you constantly made choices every day that were slightly bad, not even horribly bad, just slightly bad. But the cumulative effect of those bad choices over time results in a huge difference, right? Because those effects compound. The further you get away, the more every single day that you go down the wrong path, the further it compounds. Same thing with going down the right path. So when you see people that become successful, that make a lot of money, that get in shape, that do all these things that you want to do, gain confidence, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do, you got to take those little steps. They're constantly, they may not seem like they're doing a lot, but all they're doing is just being slightly on the right side of it, right? If you're just slightly on the right side of it, think about it over time. So everything in your life, you should think about this. You should always think about, over time, which side of the knife edge am I on? And think about how the cumulative effect will affect you. How will things look in 5 years? And I'll tell you one reason why I was thinking about this morning is I got a little, notification on Facebook where it says, here's a picture from like 6 years ago. And it was a picture of me in a vacation in Cancun. And at that time, I basically just had started a simple programmer blog. I had not made any Pluralsight courses. I had a bunch of real estate debt that was not paid off. My life was totally drastically different. But that knife's edge principle over time, over 5 years, 6 years period of time, a little tiny bit at a time, ended up adding up, and it got me to where I am right now recording this video. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.